Hi subscribers and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the MoneyHelper telephone call service and some feedback, rather positive, that we've had from a couple of our clients. So, as you may have seen in a couple of other videos, a MoneyHelper telephone call is required when clients are completing a defined benefit pension transfer. Now, technically speaking, not every single seeding scheme in the UK asks for this, but in our current experience, it's around 80 to 90% of UK seeding schemes are asking clients to complete their safeguarded pension appointment with the MoneyHelper telephone service. However, the MoneyHelper service is also there for people to reach out independently if they have any questions at all or concerns or anything they want to check up or just general guidance. It's obviously a body set up by the UK government to help people, and it's a free service for people with UK pension assets wanting to understand a little bit more. So, we actually had an advice process with a client very recently. Mark, who I'm sure will be watching this video, he follows the channel very closely. I'm just going to be sharing my screen now to go through the feedback that we had. So we actually went through, first of all, I'm going to share the screen where we went through the advice process with the client. As you can see here from my interactions with the client, the advice process actually lasted some period of time with the client. We had, I believe, one initial Zoom conversation where Mark was very impressed with the telephone call. He's a very detailed individual, wanted to make sure he had all his ducks in a row, so to speak. He went off and done quite a lot of his own due diligence and research, and in between that, as you can see from my emails here, we had a lot of exchanges back and forth, him checking information, checking facts, could you tell me about this, could you tell me about that, and just sort of reiterating things, say, okay, Dominic, thanks for the call, but just to make sure I have everything crystal clear, this was my understanding of things, can you please confirm it? So as you can see here, lots of back and forth between myself and the client, and I would say this is absolutely normal in an advice process with a client. It's very rare that a client comes through and they have no questions, there's no email correspondence or no Zoom call and they just want to work with us. Clients have to understand and trust you, and that obviously is building rapport by emails, communication, Zoom, etc. So, actually, I was very busy, and I hadn't forgotten about Mark, so to speak. But then one day, Mark dropped an email into my inbox. I remember I was actually on the way to the airport, and it was one of my favourite emails I received that day. So I'm just sharing my screen now, so you can see. Good morning, Dominic. Hope you're well. Thanks for your last response to me and the detailed answers as usual. Having done my due diligence in respect of the above, plus holiday, I'm happy to proceed with the first steps of process authorising Cameron James to request both CETV valuations. I have attached a completed client risk profile and state pension forecast dated 16th of September. Should you require any further, do not hesitate to contact me. I would also like to add, during my research, having spoken with quite a few organisations, you are highly regarded. In fact, one person at the UK advisory service, PensionWise, now MoneyHelper, stated that they're great fans of yours and watch all of your YouTube videos, YouTube activity and videos. To have such a good reputation speaks volume in my mind and is a credit to you and Cameron James. I was appalled by some of the companies out there and their unprofessionalism that you would loll at, and some of their arse-about-face way of dealing with DB pensions. Excuse the Yorkshireness in me. Look forward to speaking with you soon. Kind regards, Mark. So for our perspective, obviously we're a company here, and obviously Cameron James is a profit-driven organisation. We're not here to lose money, and obviously we don't do things because we're white knights, but we do genuinely try to provide clients with the best possible advice we can. And to have clients reaching out to people like PensionWise or MoneyHelper telephone service and having sort of that feedback for us is really valuable and important. And even their feedback on the YouTube channel as well just allows us to know that actually we're doing something which is helping a lot of people. And I think from our YouTube channel, even a lot of people who don't end up going forward with advice or whatever it might be, it's a really good educational tool with them. So thank you, and respect out to the MoneyHelper service, and obviously Mark, thank you for just sharing your email information here. So yeah, that's a bit of a feedback on MoneyHelper and how we work here at Cameron James. We are always really looking to integrate ourselves with the best bodies and have the best reputation in the industry. And really, for clients who are completing a pension transfer, this is what it all comes down to. And I would say that so many clients are overly focused on cost. Not that cost isn't important, cost is important. But whether you pay 1% or 1.2% or 1.25% between one advisor or a different advisor, what is actually more important is how quickly they're going to get that transfer done for you, what accuracy and speed they'll have everything done. Because if you think about a pension transfer, if it takes 9 months and it could have took 4 months or 5 months or 6 months, that's 3 months that you're going to miss out on market growth. Now, obviously, you might be lucky. Maybe markets go down while the advice process is slow and your quid's in, but by the law of averages, markets grow every single year. The longer you have your capital invested, statistically speaking, economically speaking, the higher average return you will have, because equity markets have grown over the course of the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Obviously, past performance is no guide to future performance, but obviously the rationale and the economics are there. If you read any portfolio management book, dollar cost averaging is very popular with some clients, but it's more of an emotional reaction to the market. You should actually, technically speaking, get 100% of your portfolio invested on day one to be in the market for as long as possible. It's called time in the market rather than time in the market. Guys, I hope that's been a useful video for you today. Again, thanks to MoneyHelper and thanks to Mark, and speak of you all soon.